So with the increasing likelihood that the FBI will recommend an indictment of Hillary Clinton, many Bernie Sanders supporters have wondered about the implications of this and what this will mean for Bernie Sanders. Is it the case that if Hillary Clinton is indicted, will that mean Bernie Sanders will just become the new presumptive nominee? Well, this is hard to say. So first and foremost, the FBI can't actually indict Clinton. They can only recommend an indictment. So from that point, once they recommend it, if they do, which they probably will, then it's up to the Justice Department, particularly Obama and Loretta Lynch, to pursue charges against Hillary Clinton. So a couple things can happen in this scenario. Attorney General Loretta Lynch can choose not to pursue charges. And President Obama can even pardon Hillary Clinton. So nothing could come out of this. But if it's the case that the FBI recommends an indictment and the administration succumbs to public pressure, which is a possibility, well then what would this mean? You can't be the party's nominee if you're being indicted. That's just, it's not going to happen. I don't think the Democratic Party would want to allow it, but at the same time, they've gone completely crazy and they probably would try to push it through anyway. But in this scenario, it's very unlikely that Hillary Clinton would be indicted and not drop out. But here's the thing. Does that mean, in this scenario, I mean, this is all hypothetical, this is all speculative, but if it's the case that Hillary Clinton gets the recommendation for indictment from the FBI and Obama says, yeah, let's do it, does that mean Bernie Sanders becomes the nominee automatically if she drops out? No. So here's what is very likely going to happen if Hillary Clinton drops out because she's indicted. The party will try to launch a brokered convention because all of Hillary Clinton's current pledged delegates, well, if she drops out, there's no obligation now for them to vote for her at the convention. So what they can do is they can vote for any other candidate and the party can put forth anyone they want. They could put forth Joe Biden. They could put forth Debbie Wasserman Schultz. And pledged delegates, they could then vote for that candidate and effectively undermine the will of voters. So it doesn't just mean that they're just going to vote for Bernie Sanders. If the party decides to get shady and do a brokered convention, which, let's be honest, they don't want Bernie Sanders, so of course this is going to be the case, well, then there's going to be a problem. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is not to get you depressed and not to get you down, because many of you are kind of looking at this as a guarantee that Bernie Sanders will win, because in all likelihood, the FBI is probably going to recommend an indictment. But the reason why I'm telling you this is because it's very, very, very important. In the event we even hear about the FBI recommending an indictment, we hit the ground running. As Bernie Sanders supporters, we all mobilize, we all come together collectively, and we launch the most fiercest campaign against the DNC that you have ever heard. We call, we email, we do everything to get the message across that if you undermine the will of voters, if you try to put in some new person who none of us voted for, we leave the party for good. They have to be scared. They have to know that they will not get our support come November. Now look, you don't have to be Bernie or bust, but you at least need to flex and pretend that you're Bernie or bust and that you're going to leave the party if this is the case. And we need to do this immediately. Best believe that if I hear anything, I will make a video and start to mobilize people. You can believe that I'll reach out to Tim Black, Sane Progressive, Benjamin Dixon, and Noah, all these people, and we will come together and help facilitate this and coordinate this grassroots effort. But just know that if this does happen, if the scenario comes to fruition, we have to be ready. Get your signs ready. Get ready to protest, because the Democratic Party is not going to let Bernie Sanders have it so easily if Hillary Clinton is in fact indicted. In fact, a Hillary indictment would probably be a lot better for Joe Biden than Bernie Sanders. So be very wary about this. If it does happen, it doesn't guarantee Bernie Sanders the nomination. Now, I'm not telling you this again to get you depressed and to make you feel demoralized. I'm telling you this because you may have to mobilize. We'll let them know that we are not going to lay over either. Bernie Sanders needs to be the nominee in this scenario. Otherwise, the party's done.